Hello friends, it is March 3rd and I am finally starting my peppers, eggplants, and some of my tomatoes. I have a ton of seeds that I'm going to be starting today, and I thought this tray was going to be enough to do all the peppers and eggplants and tomatoes, but I am finding out that that is not going to be the case. So I'm going to have to prep another tray with soil and little pots. I like to use these little pots like this for starting tomatoes and peppers, because if you start them just in time, you don't have to up pot them, meaning you don't have to take them from here and put them in a larger pot. But I am out of these pots and I'm gonna have to use a 4-cell that is kind of smaller. They do better in a pot by themselves like this, so I prefer to use these, but I'm out of them, so I'm gonna use what I have. So that's what's gonna have to be. I'm just going to quickly show you some of the peppers that I'm going to be planting this year. Last year I grew a cayenne pepper and one of them turned out to be really thick. So that one I saved seeds from and I want to use that one this year. I'm also going to be regrowing these choco peppers. They're like purple and they're pretty cool. So I'm going to grow them again this year. I found out about Marconi peppers about 4 years ago and I have been growing them ever since. They're a long pepper and they're super tasty. So that one I'm going to grow again. I like eggplants, and this one seems to be one of my favorites right now, so I'm going to be growing these. Last year I got chile pequin, like little chilies, and these are red chilies. These are yellow chile pequins, and let me see, these are called yellow drop bikino. These are cool. And the last ones are these yellow jalapenos, and they are just like regular jalapenos, but they're just yellow. I am also going to be starting these Korean red peppers. If I am not mistaken, these are the peppers that get used in kimchi. So they grow them and then they get dried in a dehydrator or in the sun, and then you make them a powder and you use this to make kimchi. So I'm growing the Napa cabbage and I'm also growing the peppers to make my kimchi. Also going to be growing some Rosita eggplants, and those are just larger pink eggplants. So I'm going to be growing those again this year. Last year I had these little beetles, the black beetles. They were eating all of my eggplants. So I'm hoping to plant all of my eggplants under that row cover that I have out there, and hopefully that prevents some of the flea beetles, because the flea beetles just eat the leaves when they're very young. After the eggplants become mature, you can take off the fleas, and that's okay, because the holes don't affect the mature plants as much as they do the young plants. One tomato that I really want to grow this year is sun gold tomatoes, because I think my daughter is going to love the sweet tomatoes. And sun gold tomatoes are one of the sweetest I've ever had. Sun gold tomatoes are really expensive though. There's 10 seeds in here, and this packet of seeds was $4.29, so it's kind of pricey. So I'm going to be starting a ton of plants today, and I probably won't show you the whole process because it's just tedious. I'm going to be doing 2 seeds per pot, like you've seen me do on all the other videos. I'm going to show you a few of them, and then I'll leave it at that, because there's just so much to do here and I'm trying to get it done. It's a lot of work to plant a lot of these, but you can't find these varieties at the nurseries. So if you want to grow some interesting plants, you better start from seed. So my recommendation is that you go to the nursery right now, find some seed packets that you really like, and grow them out. Last year I saved these seeds for the chile pequins, and man, you gotta find the entrance to this package that I made. I made them from envelopes. Chile pequin is a native pepper that all varieties of peppers were created from. At least that's what I've heard, and the internet told me, so it must be true. We grow chile pequins in El Salvador, and they are really spicy. They're little balls like this, tiny, but they pack a punch, and they are flavorful. We make little fermented chilies out of them. Super tasty. And here's the final product. I have one tray full of peppers, eggplants, and some of the tomatoes that I started the other day. So I need to do another tray. I'm gonna start some of these trays like this for tomatoes. I'm gonna do one variety of tomato per compartment here. So one of these will have 4 of the same variety of tomato. And then I'm gonna be starting more eggplants and more peppers and like the single pots like this. I have this sprayer right here, and I have it full with neem oil and Castile soap, just a natural soap. I put 2 tablespoons of neem oil in here and 1 tablespoon of the soap. And this takes about 1.5 gallons of water. And that's plenty enough to keep away the bugs. And I have a few of the gnats in here. So I want to water this seeds in with this sprayer and this solution so that the gnats don't start burrowing into this soil. And that is it for this video. On the next video, I'm going to be starting my tomatoes. I have to go through my seeds and figure out which ones I want to grow this year. I definitely want to grow those sun gold tomatoes that I mentioned. And I have the glacier already started. And I got to pick a few of the ones that I really want to grow this year. Some of the tomatoes that are my favorites are Oxheart tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes, Cherokee purple, and Roma tomatoes. Those are the ones that I like to grow every single year. So those are the ones I'll do again this year probably. Do you have any favorite tomatoes that you like to grow? Can you leave it in the comments down below, please? Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. See you on the next one.